Hello indie fans and welcome back for another episode of Indie Impressions. My name's Nick and today we're going to be looking at something called Mondo Medicals. This game is probably a little bit semi-infamous, if only because it's created by this guy named Cactus, or at least that's the pseudonym he likes to go by, who is infamous for having created some of the most insane and bizarre, random kind of crazy games out there. So I thought, since that's something that Indie Impressions is kind of about, it would really be apropos to introduce a few of those to our ever-growing library of Indie Impressions videos. So Mondo Medicals is a very strange first-person exploration/puzzle adventure with some sort of a narrative and some really creepy undertones going, something about cancer. I didn't see very far into it, but we're going to play it for a little bit, and let's see what happens, I guess. I have applied for research. You will help us help you. Help to find the cure for cancer. First, we need to verify you. A test will perform for this. We hold no response for your safety. If you want to stop now, press escape to exits. I did not press escape. So you are still here. That is good. He sounds to me like a Conehead man speaking in my head. Phase 1 of test will begin soon. Please follow the instruction. Good luck, sir. Thank you, sir. You have a strange neck. Alright, Disorientation 1. Follow the arrow points. So we move with arrows, interact with Z. Very simple controls. We are in some sort of a hazard suit, it looks like. And the premise, from what I can tell of this game, is basically to do the opposite of whatever it tells you most of the time, and you will usually be successful. In this first quote-unquote challenge, we are tasked with following arrows. Of course, since we are free thinkers and skeptics, we do not accept the status quo. Let's go the opposite direction, guys. So there's some really interesting and sort of creepy background sounds happening. When we go through this door, even creepier stuff's gonna happen, though, so let's do that. Yeah. Between the camera angles, the sounds, the pixel animations, the fact that it looks like he's wearing like a pastor outfit, like a clergyman suit, and then he's making that crazy sound, and then the face goes away and it's just blank. I find that to be very disturbing. So it just drops us into the next area, and I'm not sure what quite we need to do here, so let's have a look around. Looks like pretty much more of the same. We've got an arrow pointing at this wall, so let's go in the other direction. Or maybe let's actually go into that wall. Thought I saw a seam. It's an unfortunate truth, but I never can really step out of the ability to, like, look at these things from a perspective of, like, someone who messes around with, like, the inner workings of games. I'm always, like, trying to see what's weird or what's wrong, and I thought I saw a seam on the edge of this wall somewhere where that would indicate to me that I might be able to interact with something. It's a little frustrating, actually, having that experience, because it's like I can't ever really just enjoy something. I'm always sort of looking at it critically. But, oh, well, that's a little bit more obvious, even. So let's go in here, shall we? Okay. It's so, like, suffocatingly gray. Everything is just really oppressive. What just happened? Did I go? Oh, hello. It's like got that vibe of the Windows 95 screensaver maze, but yet it's like, it's got more going on than that. This thing's really freaking creepy. Let's talk to it. Oh, wow! I don't think that happened when I played this before. You can stay in there then. Although I'm still curious what you're doing. Do that some more. That's your thing? Okay, I'll leave you alone. Let's go through this door then. Please. The Z button doesn't always seem to work. When I was young, I saw it happen. A cancer took my father and turned him to death. If he was here today, I wouldn't let happen. Okay. Disorientation 3, dead end. Cerebral vortex? I certainly hope not. This is actually already more coherent than dead end cerebral vortex. Although, probably not quite even as nice to look at, I have to admit. But then again, I can kind of handle this atmosphere and its oppression a little bit easier than this, like, everything's disappearing and reappearing. Didn't really think I'd be able to draw a parallel between this and any other game, but apparently I can. Alright, what's going on here? So we've got what seems to be a very long passageway. Let's just keep following it for a while until it seems like it's a bad idea. For now, things are fine. Let's just keep walking. It's like the trick might be that there is no trick, which is something I wish film directors would pick up on. It's like they bake so many contrived endings into things just because they feel required to have a twist. Is this really a dead end? No. They put all these weird endings in because they feel required to, but it's like, just skip the twist and that'll be the twist. My whole life I've been training until I understand it all. Now I know everything. Yeah, the way it goes blank like that is extra creepy, and it also reminds me a little bit of Parappa the Rapper, the way everything looks so flat. But this is a much darker Parappa the Rapper. So this time we get to push over walls. I will spoil the puzzle for you on this one just because it took me way too long to realize and I'm embarrassed. So much like the very first area, this one will actually... So you won't notice this because you'll keep pushing forward and not probably looking behind you, but the walls I pushed over come back up. So if you keep going for long enough, you're going to find that you're actually going in a giant loop, and that at some point you really needed to go against the grain and go backward. I'm not sure exactly how I escaped this loop, though. Somewhere I must have done something different. And that Z key, it's like it works like half the time. Oh, okay. Maybe I wasn't touching the right place. Okay. Going backward. Somewhere here there's going to be a wall that's going to take me somewhere else. I'm a little bit tempted to want to do a whole bunch of Cactus's games, but at the same time I also don't want it to become stale that we're like hitting the same note too many times, if you know what I mean. So I might do a couple of others. I know I have a couple, maybe 2 or 3 other ones that I have on my, I guess, radar that I'd like to cover at some point, but I'll probably space them out a bit. I have touched people inside. It's not like in the books. Everyone is the same on the outsides, but bizarre on the insides. You got that right. Counts to 15. Well, this one, I'm not sure exactly how to solve. I mean, it seems fairly simple, though. I mean, there's numbers all over the floor. When you walk in close proximity to the numbers, you'll hear a bell or chime or buzzer or something go off. And I believe the goal is to walk a path that will put you across all 15 numbers, but I don't think there's a number 15. So that sort of confused me a little bit. Well, we'll wander around for a while and see what happens. So that's 4. And since the puzzles have been so unconventional every time, it's like I can't really expect that the answer's going to be that simple. Because, I mean, anybody can freaking count to 15. And I have no way of knowing if that says 6 or 9. And I believe I walked over that before and it wasn't so good. But I can't go that way either because that's 2. And if I walk even in the square around the number, that counts as stepping on it. So I may have no other choice but to walk over that one. And just trust that that's the right one. So that was 6. Potentially. That's 8. Also kind of frustrating that the numbers are like blinking in and out of existence, so you can't quite always read them very well. Well, I'm sure there's some reason for that too, although I have a feeling it's probably just because the decal is sitting on the exact same height as the floor, so it's just not sure which one to display. Well, I'm not sure of that, but it seems likely. So that was 7. 8 should be over here, I think. Around this corner. That is not 8. What the hell number is that? 9? Where did 8 go? I thought 8 was over here somewhere. Oh, okay, I must have been looking in the wrong direction. 7, 8, 9, I heard. So that was 8, so is this 9? I don't know what number is what number. Maybe that's the crux of this puzzle. Are they all facing the same direction? Can I use like a... No, they're all facing different directions. You're supposed to put a line under it, dude. Alright, let's hope that's right. No, it's probably not right, actually. Damn it. 9, I may have to just start over at this point, because that sucks. I'm kind of trapped now. Alright, well, there's 2. Let's say, screw that. Where is 1? 4. This level starts to feel progressively more and more claustrophobic because of the lack of, like, references. There's nothing to see except for just these numbers on the floor and gray and whitish walls everywhere. And after a while that starts to wear you down a little bit. So there's 1. That's 7. 2. 3. 4. I can count. 5. Trusting that's 6. Where did I put 7? 7's over here. So this is 6 is behind us right now. 7's in front. So that's back to 6 is over here. 8. And then this should be 9? Yeah. That better be 9. And then 10? Alright, I think I figured it out now. 10 or is 11? Not a lot of options, so it's either straight ahead. No, that looks like 12. I'm gonna not try and get too far away from this, because otherwise I'm gonna get disoriented and then forget where I came from. Alright, there's 11. That says 13. 11, 12, 13. Yeah, so there's like totally no 15 anywhere. And is that 14? So what I would like from you now, game, is for you to open a door right in front of me or something so I know where to go. Because otherwise I'm going to be wandering for a while. Maybe 15 appears, or maybe I still somehow passed it. Maybe there is a door. I don't know, this game's pretty tricky. I hear there is a way to solve every puzzle in it, although some of them apparently get very confusing and convoluted towards the end. And playing abstract kind of crazy games like this, I don't mind having the occasional insano puzzle in it, but sometimes they get a little frustrating when they play with you too much. Oh, that's it. 15. Amazing. Now what? Did I do it? Did I win? Can I leave? Where do I go? Alright, I have to not walk over the other numbers, I guess. Hopefully there's another door that's going to open somewhere before I trigger something wrong. There are a lot of these cubicle type structures everywhere, so I suppose the options are aplenty for there to be other places to hide stuff. Feeling kind of trapped though. Can we just wrap this level up, please? Mondo Medicals! What are you doing? Am I doing this wrong? Maybe I should be pressing Z more. That seems like a good idea, right? I remember playing through Doom when I first got it on the 32X, and man, I pressed that action button on every surface in the entire game. The thing with the 32X version, if you didn't know this, and you probably didn't because hardly anyone even owned a 32X version of that game, let alone a 32X itself, the thing with that game was it only included like the first episode of the game Doom, and I didn't know that as a somewhat little kid. I was like thinking there was something seriously missing, that I was not getting it. Wait, there's two doors? What's going on here? Oh, maybe I have to use part of this to get out a different way past a number so I can go elsewhere. But yeah, as I was saying, I would play Doom constantly, and I was thinking when I finished that first episode, there would be more, because the game just ended abruptly at like the 14th, 15th level, something like that. It was like underneath level 20 or something, I know that much. And I felt like that was really weird. Like, I don't understand how most of the game isn't in it. Because I paid my parents paid full price for it, and it was like a new piece of hardware, which was like a very big deal. Everyone was all excited about the 32X because it had all this extra RAM. And first-person games would really be able to use that, even though I think they only ever made Doom. There may have been one other one for first-person at least. I like Cosmic Carnage and Sonic Knuckles aside from that. They were also good ones. Knuckles Chaotix, I mean. But yeah, I mean, for a full-price game, for like a $200 or $300 accessory, to have like half of the full game available, or not even half, it was like a third, seemed really weird to me. So yeah, I learned to touch every single surface when I was playing that and interact with them in case I was going to move myself somehow into a secret level that would then open up the next chapter, because, you know, I was thinking like a little kid that they wouldn't just not include it, it's just hidden really well. So, yeah, that's my story about Doom for 32X. Probably the worst version of the game available. I mean, it had this tiny little screen that you could barely see. The borders were crunched down like 35 or 40% from the full screen. I think it had the original music, I don't quite remember, but it was certainly not a good version of the game. Alright, so I don't know what the hell to do with this door. I think I'm just going to start walking on stuff. Maybe I have to count back. That's what it is, I have to count back down. I don't like this. This is taking too long. 14... Ugh, I don't want to do that. I'm almost certain that that's what the answer is, though. I might as well give it a shot. What else am I gonna do? I don't feel like wrapping this up quite yet, although I was close for a second. 12... Where is 11? Where did they put it? Oh, there's a door there. Was that there before? Can I go through this? I won! I know how to cure a cancer! But people will not listen! Why don't you listen? Listen, listen, listen. He seems very upset. Walls we can't see. That sounds like a good fun plan. Oh, we've got something different going on here. Oh, this is actually like cerebral vortex. Wonderful! That's exactly what I didn't want to happen. Alright, so this is a maze that is... It's there and not there at the same time. I mean, it's only there when it is about to stop us from making progress, and proximity will raise the walls. well, I don't know, it's kind of an interesting way to do this, but at the same time it's also really frustrating because I just have sort of a preset bias towards this puzzle specifically. I don't think it's a terrible idea in general, but I don't know, probably after walking around in this for a few minutes I'm going to think that for sure. I do appreciate, though, that the game tends to change up these puzzles a little bit from level to level, so that definitely takes a little bit of patience on the behalf of the developer to do that. A lot of games fall into this formulaic, every single level is the same thing. And for some games, maybe that works okay. I think a lot of games have fallen into that now to the point where it's like horde mode all the time in every game. Where you just have these prescribed like weapons and enemies and you just send them out in random patterns. And that's cool sometimes, but I don't want all games to end up being like that. And it's like required now if you ship a AAA title for the 360, it's pretty much going to have horde mode in it one way or the other. I guess Microsoft sent that memo out and everyone's all too happy to comply. Because, you know, they did make the hardware and all that. But that's why we play PC games and indie games, because we don't have to worry about all of these faux pas of the mainstream industry hitting us quite as hard and quite as often and quite as much in the wallet. Mondo Medicals is exactly free, so whatever the experience is, I have no monetary loss at the end of it. I just have maybe some lost time, maybe some lost brain cells if this drives me nuts enough, but it probably won't. And I can forgive that, because it's an experience, and we're learning, and we're progressing together, and enjoying it, hopefully. At least to a small degree. I'm not sure how much I'm enjoying this now. I think it might be time to wrap this episode up, so I'll continue wandering as I do my usual closing spiel. So remember, all you indie fans out there, head on over to facebook.com/indieimpressions, where I post every night's video. You can feel free to share those with friends. If you have a friend who's particularly into flat-shaded maze, adventure, abstract, medical terror games or something, I don't know what to describe this as, feel free to send them over my Mondo Medicals video, and maybe they will be interested and find out about the wealth of indie games they've been missing out on for all their life up until this point, until the glorious light of indie impressions shone happily into their lives. Hyperbolic much? No. Anyway, feel free to also head on over to Twitter at RockLeeSmile and at IndieImpression for my personal and for the show's Twitter accounts. Feel free to contact me about any game suggestions or whatever you want to talk about. I am happy to pretty much BS about whatever, so whatever's going on in your world, if you're a developer and you have a game you'd like me to check out, feel free to send me you know, a PM or something, or, you know, just get in contact with me one way or the other, whether it's through YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. I have a website that's going to be going up pretty soon. I think we've got maybe under a week or so that should be done. I see the door over there, and I really want to get at it, but I don't think it's going to happen. Let's just finish this path out here. I don't think so. Maybe I should be clicking on all the walls, huh? If my Doom story taught us anything, I should probably be clicking on all the walls. So, I hope you enjoyed this kind of weird, abstract-y look at Mondo Medicals by the infamous Cactus. We will see some more from him eventually, maybe not right away, but let me know if you liked it. And I do want to keep it weird when possible, because that's just how I roll. So, thank you again for watching, guys, and I wish I could get to that door on the other side there. Alright, I will see you again tomorrow for another episode. Have a great night. Later.